My next guest, he is an undefeated professional boxer. He is a San Antonio native. This man's nickname is El Castigo, which means a punishment. Please welcome onto the show, Rick Medina Jr. How you doing, Rick?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for taking the time, man. I know you're busy. You're getting ready for a huge fight, which we'll talk about. How are you today, Rick?
I'm doing great, man. Training camp's been great, and I'm just overall feeling amazing.
Awesome, man. Now, Rick, for the audience that may not know who you are, just want to throw some facts on here. I mean, you're 13-0, professional boxer, never tasted defeat. You've gotten 7 finishes. You're coming off a win over Armando Frausto. That was, I believe, on March 12th, 2022 of this year. It was a great fight. You're a great boxer. Did I hit all those points right for you there?
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Uh,
it.
no problem, man. How's life for Rick right now, man? I mean, and again, you're in training camp right now. You're saying it's going good. How are you feeling right now heading into the biggest fight of your career?
Like I said, I'm feeling amazing. This is one of my best camps I've had. Everything's been going smoothly, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. Now, is that statement correct? Is this the biggest fight of your career?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, every fight is a big fight. It's a stepping stone, but this one for sure is that bigger step. So for sure, my biggest fight.
Definitely, and that'll be here in San Antonio, Texas. It'll be June 25th, big stage. But for the audiences, Rick, that are just listening to this now and are watching Rick Medina 13-0 right now. I guess there's some history there that some people may not know of who you are. Can you just kind of tell the people? I mean, what got you started in boxing for the people that hasn't been with you since the beginning? What got you started with this beautiful art?
I mean, ever since I was born, my dad always wanted me to be a boxer, or he says he always knew, like he would tell my
Yeah.
mom. But for a while, I was into other sports. Baseball was my true love, and I was playing football, just every other sport, and then just out of the blue, I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. So that was around 7 years old. I mean, I
Mhm.
was doing little stuff with my dad in the backyard, just nothing serious, but around 7 is when I fell in love with the sport.
And then, so how did you like just go to a gym? Did your dad put you in a gym? Did you do what is it, Golden Gloves?
Oh yeah, we went to a gym, started training there, and had my first couple amateur fights, and like I said, I loved it.
Now, for like boxing, like 'cause I cover a lot of MMA. Now, boxing's and MMA are two completely different worlds out there. Don't understand the crossover sometimes, to be honest with you, Rick. I really don't. But they're two beautiful arts. The thing with boxing is, are you competing and having amateur fights at an earlier age than you would for like MMA? I know typically people that do MMA, I believe, is it like 18 years old that you have to be able to compete? Is it different for boxing?
Honestly, I'm not too sure about like the MMA side, but I think
Yeah,
boxing, like you start fighting really young.
yeah, because I see
Other than
the pads and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah,
Now, at what age was your first amateur fight?
8 years old it was.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say boxing kind of starts you off a little early. That's just a little bit early.
Yeah,
So, how did you do in your amateur career?
I had about a little over 100 amateur fights. Like I said, I started when I was 8 years old. Turned pro when I was 17 years old. Rick came along, and it was just a great opportunity.
What clicked in you that you said, I want to do this for a living, like I want to become a professional boxer, and I'm pretty damn good at it. Like when did it hit you?
I mean, dang, that's okay. I don't know. I mean, you know how we were thinking about doing the Olympics,
Yeah.
but I mean, you had to wait every 4 years, and
Oh,
like I
yeah.
said, Rick Morones came along, and we thought about it, and it was an opportunity you couldn't pass up. So yeah, I would say that.
Now, Rick Morones runs TMB Promotions. He's a good figure here. I was sitting at his last event next to him. Smart guy, very smart guy. With him, how influential or how important has he been to your boxing career?
Oh, he's been very important. He impacted my life big time. Just getting me into the professional point, and just supporting me, keeping me on the right track. As I consider him family, so he's good. good family and a good promoter at the same time, and we keep that separate, which is really great.
Now, how important is it, like, for young boxer like yourself, right, to get somebody that influential or that important, that's honest with you in your life? Like, how important is that to a fighter?
Oh, it's very important. You need people you could trust in this sport. Trust and loyalty goes a long way, and that's what Rick Morones carries with him.
It's great to see. Now, for you, 13-0, right? At some point, at any point, Rick, because the only person that knows what goes on, obviously, in your mindset is yourself. So I always hate when reporters or media people try to tell people what they think. For you, man, how hard is it? Do you feel any pressure continuing an undefeated streak, or does that not even cross your mind at all?
No, not really. It doesn't cross my mind. I don't feel no pressure. My team's always telling me, like, there's no pressure, man. Just do what you do. I'm here for a reason. So, I just got to, that's all I got to prove is just, I just got to prove something to myself. No one else.
Absolutely. A lot of I see a lot of, like, MMA fighters say that you really have to believe like you're the best in the world. If you don't have that kind of confidence out there, your opponent's gonna smell that weakness in you. Does that translate to you when you compete? I mean, do you feel like you're as good as your record says you are?
Oh yeah, like I always tell myself, I'm my toughest critic. So like I said, all I got to do is prove something to myself, no one else, and if I'm happy at the end of the day, then that's all that matters.
What motivates Rick Medina Jr.?
Family, for sure. I mean, being a world champion, it's cool and all, but I think it's more for me. It's like providing and giving more back to my family and to myself. Better life for me and for my family.
Now, you started at 8 years old, like you said, or 7 years old. Um, what I mean, would you ever imagine you being at this stage, at this point in your professional boxing career, from that age, looking at yourself now?
Oh no, man! I never would have thought anything. But my dad's always like, I knew it since you were born. He's like, I knew
Yeah.
this time would come. But for me, I'm just like, I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, just going with the flow, man.
No, 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 for sure. For anyone that hasn't watched you perform, you box, what can the audience expect from you June 25th?
I mean, fireworks. You can expect something different from me from every fight. I'm getting better as time comes. I could do whatever. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the win and come out victorious. So you could expect a whole lot of different things.
Now, for you, Rick, how long is a boxing camp for you? Is it 8 weeks, 12 weeks out for you?
It kind of just depends. I mean, I've been in the gym since January, honestly. So I mean, this camp was about, I want to say it was about 8 weeks. This camp, got
Okay.
a lot of sparring in. It was a great camp.
Now, people that see you and they see this young guy, this lion, as good as any boxer that I've seen, making their way through the ranks, undefeated, right? You project confidence. That's when I think of you, when I see you perform out there, I see confidence out there. But the world isn't perfect, Rick. I mean, what do you do whenever you hit a bump on the road, man? Where negativity, I mean, look, a lot of people are negative out there in the world. It's very easy to find negativity out there. What do you do to be able to kind of just like shield that away from you?
You just got to have that right mindset.
Yeah,
Pray. Do whatever. I pray. I started praying a lot and stuff, and it really helped me a lot.
yeah.
Going to church and all that stuff. So, I mean, just praying and keeping that right mindset. Just hey, you got to have that self confidence in yourself, and if you don't have that, it's gonna be real hard.
Definitely. Did you ever, think about doing any other sports, like at the level that you're doing boxing at right now? See that, I'm gonna say, ugly Astros flag out there behind there, but I see the Houston Astros though. Hey, world champs, right? But I see the Astros thing out there. Did you ever consider like a career in becoming like a professional baseball player or anything else for you as an athlete?
Oh yeah, like I said, baseball was my first love. Back when I was younger, I was going to baseball camps. I was doing all that stuff,
Yeah.
and as boxing, I started to realize, and me and my dad, started to get a little serious. so I started shying away from other sports, just to avoid injury for boxing. So yeah, that's how.
No, no, definitely out there. Now, for you, I mean, any thought of, maybe going into the MMA realm, or is boxing Rick Medina's life right here?
Oh no, boxing is my life for sure. I don't think I could do. I don't think I could do all that MMA stuff, man.
I mean, it can be wild, man. It can definitely be wild out there. I mean, why would you though, man? You're kicking ass right now. You're doing great. Again, you're 13-0. I'm very excited to watch you fight, Rick. It's always a pleasure to be able to speak to you. It's an honor on my end here, man. Is there anything you want to let the audience know before we sign out here, man? Any message you want to give to the fans?
Just appreciate them for watching, and I hope y'all could support me. If not, it's all cool. But just tune in June 25th on DAZN, man. I'm gonna do my thing.
It's going to be a great fight, man. I mean, I really hope there's not a lot of keyboard warriors out there, man.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of them, Rick. My last question for you though, as we sign out here, what would it mean for Rick Medina Jr. to become world champion in the city of San Antonio?
I mean, it would mean the world to me. Just I always want to. My family's always saying like, take care of your last name. I just want people to remember my name, and it would mean a lot to me and my family. This is what I've worked for. So, not knowing at 8 years old what would this opportunity to come up, so it means the world to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, undefeated professional boxer Rick Medina Jr. He'll be fighting June 25th, falls on a Saturday night here in San Antonio, Texas. Rick, thank you so much. We wish the best for you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.